you beautiful people. It's been a while, ain't it? Yeah, where have I been? I've been over in my own city, and I've been back in London. Just got, well, I say just got back. We got back nearly a week ago, Wednesday. So last Wednesday we landed back home. So hope everybody's had a good one. Yeah, it's been away a little bit, and there's been some lessons and even some things that's happening now that I'm feeling and I'm working with. And as always, I like to get these messages out here to you guys. So, hey, listen, go and freaking hit me up. Pass this message around, please. Get it out there. Don't let it stop at the few. Get it out to the many. And who knows who this can help. But I'm going to be putting more videos out as well of some of the stuff back in England. One is a great place with all street art. It's a tunnel that goes underneath Waterloo Station. Absolutely banging place. And I met up with the old Grom star, all right, Martin. I'm going to start calling him Martin because he's far beyond Grom now. He's got into a whole photography, videography. If you need any of that work done, go down in that description. I'll tell you what, hit him up. I'm going to put I'll put his YouTube link down there. And his Instagram link to his photography and that. Go and hit the guy up. Talk about talent. Absolutely brilliant what that guy is doing right now. And he's working with hip-hop artists and everything, music artists, and it's, I think the last one he did last week was a burlesque. So he's not nailed down to any one particular thing. The guy is an artist, I tell you what. So go and check him out. But met up with him as well, and my mate Davey Boy. I'm going to put his site, his Instagram site, down into the old description and all. Because I tell you what, another great photographer, brilliant with the camera. See him using his cell phone, and I've seen some of those pictures go up on his Instagram and stuff. Amazing. And he enters competitions, and my main goal was to get Martin and my mate Davey Boy together, old Martin Davey, and to talk and start, getting out there and doing some stuff together if possible, because I tell you what, they're both good in their art in different ways, and nothing like bouncing ideas and different perspectives and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the way you learn, the way you grow. So anyway, of course, I had my wife Tracy with me, and met them up in London, and then we met another mate of mine, Alan, who's actually Davey Boy's brother, and we met up with him a little bit later. Absolutely killer to see these people and just, be able to hang out and spend special time, real special time, because life is life. Things change. I mean, shit. The last time I was back in London, it was the old 2019 before the struck a chord. And everything, it was completely different. I had fears around the actual flight itself because I didn't even know if I was going to be getting back home when that kicked off. And I actually landed back in Orlando right before the border got closed down. So I just made it in. Even though they were saying, hey, if you're a permanent, green card holder, and I was like, yeah, I am, but damn. It's like, oh my God, the actual fear of I want to get back in. So I had a lot of flares. What's a flare? I've heard of a flare, not a flare. I wonder if that's in English dictionary. Flare. Go and look it up. Flare. I like it. It's a good word. It needs to mean something. Flare. But fears. I had a lot of fears. My mum got diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's a while ago, and it was the first time that I was actually going and seeing that for the first time, and there was a lot of fears around that, and I had to do some work, but I also felt myself slip, and it's the very thing I tell my guys is staying on it, and I slipped, and I hadn't meditated while I was there, and I'll tell you what, please, if my guys are watching this, take note of when I say, because I tell you what, I was telling myself when I got back, that weren't very clever, Mr. Cockney Buddha. Not very clever at all, but not bloody meditating and stuff like that. But it was like go, 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 go. And there was some fears in there, especially when I hear my mum shout, you know, my name in the morning and saying I can't breathe properly. She had this really heavy, chesty, like cold, not well, and could hear her all night coughing, and then I heard that in the morning. And I'll tell you what, starting to see what's happening with the country and all. Spending 8.5 hours in a bloody hospital was insanity. And then seeing the communication that wasn't going on within there, I was dumbfounded. Even to where we must have seen about 3 different triages. And my sister and I went in with I think it was the second one. I mean, they open the door and they call your name and you don't even know what door they've come from. The door shuts. They don't even stand there and greet you in, which blows my mind. Absolutely, you want us to have faith in a system. And it's like, what's going on? But then, you know, my sister and I being in there and virtually arguing with the trio because they're like, why didn't you go and see your GP? Because it's a Saturday morning and this happened this morning. Hello? Nightmare. A bloody nightmare. So there was fears around that. And then coming back. And I've noticed, it's like, okay, get yourself into gear, Cockney Buddha. Get yourself into gear. Because I've noticed it. I've noticed the fact that I haven't done that meditating. I've noticed it where I haven't been sitting and being still. I know. By my reactions and what's going on with me now, I've had some pretty heavy panic and stuff that's kicked off and happened. Certain thoughts, and I know a lot of it's wrapped around guilt as well, which I'm telling you guys, don't, you know, if you've been in this having to do things out of obligation, having to do out of obligation, I tell you what, it's really going to play a number on you. It really is, because you'll end up living your life and then believing that you can't really live your life the way you want it to the full because of this, what we do in obligation. And you're allowed your time, you're allowed your life, you're allowed this. But, you know, here I am, sitting in that guilt. You know, even like when I sat down to work, I started work this morning, and sitting down to that work and then looking around me at what I got and going, wow, and guilt. But why do I feel guilty about what we've worked for? Why? And I tell you, I think some of that is what we hear from the outside, and you know, we play into that role. And I was brought up not in a rich area at all in London, let me tell you, not at all. And then seeing what I have now, and then all of a sudden feeling guilty for that because of work for something. But yeah, I'm pulling into some guilt. The guilt of pulling away, the guilt of my sister being over there. And even my sister's talked to me and said, Steve, you're living your life. But it's, you know, I get it. But, you know, my mum wasn't well, and I mean, better, don't get me wrong. I mean, crikey. Oh, that Saturday, last Saturday it was. Wow. Unbelievable. Not the Saturday just gone, the Saturday before. Unbelievable. And I don't know why it's like that. Well, I do know. I mean, some of it I know why it's like that, because the damn system is like, it's under a lot of weight. There's a lot of weight being put on that system. And a system can only last and hang on to a certain extent before anything's going to break down. That's balance. If your balance is out and you're getting, there's more and more and more using that system, it can't keep up. It can't keep up. And I could see the frustration on the nurses and that. Heck, there was a guy around the side. We were in this big waiting room area. with a lot of people in there, packed. And there was a guy who went round a corner. I honestly, thank God he didn't. I honestly thought he was gonna die. He started not being out. The guy was sweating buckets, and then he was round the side, and he was like, my mum was sitting over to my left. We managed to get her a wheelchair, got her in a wheelchair because she has trouble walking as well, and she's sitting there seeing this guy, and you could hear it loud as heck. Now the guy is like throwing up in the corridor, and no one's giving a shit. The one, I don't know if it was a nurse, I don't know. The triage people was over it, because I've not had experiences like this. Comes out, past, looks over, is telling the guy stop throwing up, and don't do anything about it. Walks. I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Why ain't they looking after these people? There was a poor old fella. He looked like he was on his own, and we kind of kept an eye on him a little bit. And he got a cup of water, and he was in a wheelchair and that, and he spilt it all down himself. The guy was obviously not right. Spills it all down himself, all over the floor. He dropped the cup. And I'm sitting there, and I felt so bad for this guy. And Tracy got up, my wife, and walked over there and was like, "You all right?" Like, and, you know, he's okay. But and then she goes and gets somebody, talks to somebody. Again, one of the triage people. I don't know who they are really, that were doing everything. And yeah, okay, I get that you're under stress. I get it. There was a lot in there. There was a lot going on. Total noise all the time. Talk about overwhelm. Holy crap! I had to walk out for a bit and just walk down. Thank God it was good weather over there, and I just walked down the road a little bit and just kind of got my faculties back in before walking back in. And they did nothing with this fella. Did nothing with him. Didn't even clean the floor up. Didn't even clean the floor up. Get a mop. I'm sitting here dumbfounded. My wife went and got kitchen towel, hand towel things off the thing, because there was a dispenser there, and laid them around the floor so nobody would slip over. I don't know what happened to that to this day, because we was going back and forth and going in and out, here, everywhere, and that poor fella was sitting there with that freaking shit around him still. What's going on here? What's going on here? And we used to be, it used to be it used to be a military hospital, actually, if I remember rightly. It's called the QE. Like going towards, it's in Woolwich, apparently, but you're going up towards Shooters Hill way, that way. And you got the army barracks and all that, and then there was an hospital up there. And I remember it was always military. I'm sure it was always a military hospital. But then, of course, they started taking down hospitals and that. Okay, we go the other direction here. We got so much money ploughed into the damn system that it's ridiculously corrupt. I don't know. You know, working with that guilt, guys. Working with that guilt. Let's get back to that a little bit. Working with the guilt. You know, I'm back on that meditating daily, and the Wim Hof breath work, getting my breath work back. Just seen my first guy today. I only had the one, and which was good, because it's, you know, it is what it's meant to be that way, obviously, because of me getting through this jet lag bit. I actually feel a little better now. When I took a nap, I feel a little better now already. But working with the guilt part of what's happening right now, and remembering that you are absolutely entitled to have your life. We may have those family members out there that maybe, you know, maybe on their own, etc. But, you know, if you're going to end up with resentment and anger and be pushed in a direction that you don't want to be going in because of an obligation thing. Do it from here. Because an obligation, or doing something out of an obligation, It says it right there. You don't really want to be doing it. You're doing it because of what? Have to's. Why? Right? We don't have to do, everything is choice. We don't have to do anything. We do it from a love. But if we do it because we've had an upbringing in a certain way to where we're like, this is what I have to do, this is what I've got to do, it's going to send you in a direction which can confess the resentment. It can. I'm not saying it will, but it can. And anger. And there you end up with a whole different ballgame. Because what happens when that person, whoever, ends up, passing to the other side, passing to the universe, right? Going back to the earth. What happens then? What happens then? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. But if we've spent a large portion of your life, or our lives, to where we have put a large amount of hours or something in it, even with phone calls, even with calling, making a phone call, you're doing something because either you loved from a heart, from a love, or you're doing it out of an obligation. The obligation one is one that can bite us in the ass, and has bitten us in the ass. So we can do something with that guilt, and that's the understanding that you are entitled to live your life. You are absolutely entitled to live your life, guys. The second part of this is heck, sad to say this, but if those people all of a sudden want to pull away and have a problem with that because you're taking care of self, then what the heck? Right? Think about this. Think about this. Because if you don't start living your lives for you, if you don't start having boundaries, and this goes for all kinds of things, guys. This goes for obligations with friends, family, you name it. That obligationary thing. If we don't start becoming aware of that, it can lead to we will end up pushing people away or pulling away. Or hurting them. Or them hurting us. Arguments happening. Resentments going on. Not wanting to do it now. Pulling away. Is that where we want to be? Have that awareness, guys. I love each and every one of you. I hope everybody's having a good day off. I actually worked today, and it was nice to actually work, let me tell you. And the guy that I had on there I was working with he's a blinding fella, so it was a great session. Oh, I think it was a good session. And listen, if anybody wants to get a hold of me, this is what I do for a living. I have a certification in counselling. I love doing what I do. I work through Zoom. I can work through whatever means, but my main work app is Zoom. And hit me up, please, because I'd love to work with you. I use different methods, and like I said to the last guy, there's one thing I'll never do to you is blow smoke up your ass. That's not what I'm about. I'm about being real with it. I'm about getting real with it. I'm about conquering it. And what's that it? Whatever this is doing to you, no matter what it is, it can be worked on. And it's some ways and a means of going about it. And since I got into my therapy that I've been doing for, I don't know how long now, 8 years, big ups to Judith, I'm still learning about myself, and that's what it's about. It's about learning about yourself. It's about knowing, like that, with the obligation, knowing that you don't have to be doing things. You don't have to be obligated. You don't. But we do it because we don't want these people to walk away from us. And there's reasons why we feel like that. We don't want to be abandoned. We don't want to be rejected. We want safety. We want love, compassion. And we believe that all that is going to go out the window if we don't do it. But to tell you the truth, guys, if someone walks away, so be it. It wasn't meant to be. You know, it happens always. If people don't want to communicate, if people don't want to show that love, if people don't want it to you either, you know, maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's something where you're okay, because you may keep pushing, you may keep trying, and what is just, you're losing the battle every single time. So it's time to know that and pull back. But I come in and I work with the whys of that. Why? So please hit me up. Go and hit the like and subscribe as well for me, please, because it helps get these messages out there to help other people. You never know who you're going to touch. Don't let this stop at the few, please. Get it out there for me. Help me out, because the more people I can reach out there, the better it's going to be for mental health of everybody. And yes, does it help me out? Of course it does. But you're also helping other people out by passing it on, by hitting that like and subscribe. Go and hit me up in the comments. Give me a comment. I love to hear from people. Throw me out there a comment. Love to hear from you. Take it easy, guys. Stay that course. Namaste.